friends, it's the Stitches, and today we're gonna do another zine review. Oh yeah, it's been a hot second, so I'm gonna jump in with one of my favorite distros ever, Fantasy Club, which was formerly known as Femme Crimes. This is primarily run by an artist that goes by Starchild Stela. Personally, they go by Billy, and they use they, them pronouns. So again, if I accidentally use the wrong ones because I'm still getting used to it, I am sorry, they, them are the correct pronouns. So since I have quite a few of these, we're just gonna jump right in. The first zine I'm gonna talk about is Bitter Fields. This zine is about non-binary gender identity. It's an affirmation zine. And the first page sums it up pretty well. It says, "This zine is more about affirming to myself how I feel about my gender identity than anything else. It reflects my experiences only. I identify as non-binary, femme, and what follows are my current gender feels." So this is just kind of something that they made for their own personal affirmation, and honestly I think it is really helpful and useful just to see somebody's process of a non-binary gender to help me as a cis woman understand what that feels like. I think this might also be really helpful if you yourself are questioning your own gender, because just seeing somebody else go through the process of sort of identifying it and explaining it can kind of help you figure out where you stand as well. So the next zine is Can't Take That Away, Notes on Surviving Sexual Violence. This one has the potential to be very triggering. It says that right in the front though. It has a list of all the triggers in it. They're pretty good at doing that as a zinester. Personally, I thought it was very insightful. It's definitely a perzine as well, just like the last one. And this one is just like a wall of text. It's like, it has this really cool illustration on the inside, but most of it is just solid text, and it's a thick one, friends. So if this is a topic that you're interested in, definitely don't shy away from it because it's really good. But you know, if you have a hard time reading that type of content, maybe skip out. But I personally really loved it. So next I'm going to quickly go through my mini zines that I have of theirs. This one is my favorite. It's called Ennui. They are from Canada and they are a French speaker. So some of their zines are in French, but this one isn't. This one is just kind of a quick little snippet on apathy and angst, and it has this really cool print on the inside. Yeah, I like it. This is cool. And then I also have these two Starlight zines. They don't do their Starlight series anymore, which is kind of sad, but I understand why they stopped because they had so many of them. They came out, I think, monthly, so they're just kind of quick little snippets. Just little guys. These ones don't have illustrations on the inside. Each one has like a different topic. These ones, I specifically wanted these ones because this one is about, they're mostly about self-love and self-care, these two issues. So yeah, I have number 5 and 16. Next, I just want to very quickly go over the collab zines from their distro that I have. Fantasy Club does sell some zines from some other zinesters. So this one is actually an exhibition catalog. It just has a lot of different art in it. I don't think the majority of these are available anymore, so I'm not going to spend too much time on them. This one is my favorite zine of all time. It's called Radical Softness as a Weapon, Emotionality as a Tactic. This is also an exhibition catalog type thing, but it's more of a collab zine than an exhibition. But it's just a bunch of artists, a bunch of different works on radical softness. This is what introduced radical softness to me as a concept, and I think I want to do a video about it more in detail later on. But if you see this zine available, snag it. I highly recommend it. It's so good. So good. If you are even remotely interested in the concept of radical softness, I strongly recommend it, but unfortunately I don't think it's available anymore. And then these two are just art collab zines. This one is Starchild Stela and Lovestruck Prince. It's really good. I think this might have been available on Lovestruck Prince as well, but I think it's sold out now. It's just about queer relationships, and it's super cute. It's just a little collection of illustrations. And then this one is also a collection of illustrations with Starchild Stela and Nosebleed Sunday, and they're based on rape culture. So yeah, this one's also really good. I highly recommend this one. It might still be available, but don't take my word for that. I will have the Etsy listed below for this distro. So if there is only one series that you were going to buy from this distro, only one series that you were going to buy from Starchild Stela, I strongly recommend that it would be their Trauma Castle series. I only have volumes 1 and 2. There are 3 and 4 that are out now. So this is a Perzine series about childhood abuse and trauma, but it also discusses things that can cause trauma just in general and things that can help soothe trauma. They talk about some of their coping mechanisms, whether or not they think they're healthy, you know, stuff like that. It's just very introspective, and it talks about trauma from a first-person perspective, and it's just very, very interesting and very helpful. And as somebody who did experience trauma during their childhood and did come from a low-income background for a very long time, I found these very, very relatable. And if you're also in that boat, I think that you would definitely enjoy these or find these helpful or just insightful. And even if you didn't, if you aren't in that boat, if you are somebody who has never experienced any type of trauma, this can help you understand what somebody who is going through that is going through. Like, it can help you understand what that situation is like. So I found these really, really good. These are really, like, just A+, absolutely fantastic. If you're looking for a zine to buy right now, like, definitely maybe consider these. Like, they're so good. So good. Next, I have this Sailor Moon fan art zine called Destroy Rape Culture. It's just a bunch of illustrations based off of Sailor Moon, and it's paired with, like, little anti-rape culture slogans, and it's just very cute. It's pretty adorable. I really like it. And Sailor Moon is, like, one of my biggest media favorites of all time. I deadass have, like, fan art of Sailor Moon that I made when I was 5. So I just really like this. If you like Sailor Moon, consider picking it up. But yeah, it's just a little art zine. I really like it. And then my last zine that I have is What Is Left, a zine about grief. This is a memorial zine that Starchild Stela made for their aunt, and it explores the connections that we have with people who inspire us after they've passed away, and just kind of how to honor them moving forward in a personal way, and in a way that you know, really honors the person themselves and what they would have wanted, rather than what you think is the correct way to grieve. So I really liked this. It kind of explored, you know, being someone that doesn't really fit in your family, but, like, still, you know, it's kind of interesting, the family dynamic that's explored in here, and I think it's definitely worth a read. I really liked it, and I thought it was insightful, maybe a little bit relatable, and just, I thought it was touching. I really liked this. So, all in all, this is a really neat little distro. I really like the zines that are available at it. I will link it down below if you saw any zines that caught your eye. I know not all of these are available anymore, but some of them are. The Trauma Castles, all 4 of them are available now. Is there a 5th one? I don't think so. I think it's just 4. But yeah, I really like all of these, and this is one of my absolute favorite distros, so I really recommend checking them out. And I hope everybody enjoyed this, and I hope everybody has a good day, and I hope everybody reads some zines, and I will see you all next time. Bye!